What if the greatest military commander in history, a man who never lost a battle, was also a student of Aristotle? And what if he truly believed he was the descendant of a god? This isn't a myth. This is the story of Alexander of Macedon. Our story begins not in a grand palace, but in a kingdom on the edge of the Greek world. Macedonia, in the 4th century BCE, was considered a rough, semi-barbaric place by the sophisticated city-states to the south. But under its king, Philip II, a brilliant, one-eyed warrior who wore his battle scars as a badge of honor, Macedonia had become a formidable military power. And into this world of political intrigue and military might, his son, Alexander, was born. Legend says his mother, the Queen Olympias, was a devotee of mystical cults who slept with snakes in her chambers, and that she claimed Alexander wasn't Philip's son at all, but the son of Zeus himself. While this was likely a powerful piece of political propaganda, it shaped the young prince's view of himself and his destiny. He was told he was special, descended from heroes and gods, and he believed it. His father, recognizing the boy's sharp intellect, hired the greatest mind in Greece to be his tutor, Aristotle. There, alongside his closest friend, Hephaestion, Alexander learned rhetoric, politics, and science. But it was Homer's epic, the Iliad, that captured the boy's imagination. He reportedly slept with a copy of it under his pillow, dreaming of his ancestor, Achilles. At just 12 years old, he tamed the magnificent wild stallion Bucephalus, a horse none of Philip's veteran generals could mount. By simply noticing the horse was afraid of its own shadow, he would ride that horse into battle for the next 20 years. His first real test of command came at the Battle of Chaeronea. At just 18, Alexander led the decisive cavalry charge that shattered the elite Athenian and Theban forces. After the victory, a proud and perhaps wary King Philip told him,
"My son, you must find a kingdom equal to your ambitions. Macedonia is too small for you."
He had proven himself a worthy heir, but also a potential rival. Then, in 336 BCE, King Philip was assassinated by one of his own bodyguards. In the chaos that followed, the 20-year-old Alexander acted with terrifying speed. He executed any potential rivals to the throne. His only calculated mercy was for his disabled half-brother Aridaeus, who he deemed no political threat. When the city of Thebes rebelled, he made a terrifying example of them. The city was razed to its foundations. 30,000 of its citizens were sold into slavery, and a chilling message echoed across Greece: defy him at your peril. The brutality raises a dark question that historians still debate. Did he or his mother have a hand in his own father's death? With his throne secure, his ambition turned eastward, to the great enemy his father had planned to invade, the Persian Empire. On his way, in the city of Gordium, he was shown an ancient chariot tied with an impossibly complex knot. Prophecy said that whoever could untie it would rule all of Asia. After struggling with it briefly, Alexander declared,
"It matters not how it is loosed,"
drew his sword, and sliced the knot in half, to leave no doubt about his destiny. He then visited the oracle at Delphi. When he arrived, the priestess refused to speak, telling him it was an unauspicious day. Unwilling to accept no for an answer, Alexander dragged her into the temple until she finally exclaimed,
"You are invincible, my son."
He let her go, saying,
"Now I have my answer."
Before he set out, he is said to have given away most of his royal estates. When asked what he was keeping for himself, he replied,
"My hopes."
A saying often attributed to him captures his philosophy perfectly.
"I am not afraid of an army of lions led by a sheep. I am afraid of an army of sheep led by a lion."
He was ready to be that lion. Alexander's upbringing forged a unique kind of leader, one who combined the raw ambition of a Macedonian king with the strategic mind of a Greek general and the intellectual curiosity of a student of Aristotle. He saw himself as a hero of legend, destined for greatness. His kingdom was now stable, but his gaze was fixed on the horizon, on the vast lands of Persia. What do you think drove him more? A sense of destiny, a desire for revenge for Persia's past invasions of Greece, or an insatiable thirst for glory? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and subscribe to see how this young king takes on the mightiest empire on earth.